Hey everyone, this is Sin and welcome back to my channel Stampin' Munchkins. Today I'm making a card for Not2Shabby Shop. I was the January guest designer for the design team, and I wanted to do one more, although it's not January any longer. On the screen you see the card we're making today. So let's get started. Jamie was so nice to send me 2 stamp sets, and I'll be using the little doggies and couple of the word stamps in this set, and she always sends all these nice things in the package. I'm using my waffle flower A2 layers and additional A2 layers dies, a circle die, a grass die from Lawn Fawn 6x6 paper pack. This paper pack I received from Simon Says Stamp. Memento, VersaFine Clear, Speckled Egg, Tumbled Glass, Mowed Lawn Distress Inks, and the foam from Tim Holtz, and the ink blending tool, X-Acto knife and pick. Water is in that brown Lawn Fawn pixie dust. Creative Corners acrylic stamp, Posca pen, pencil, accent 120 cardstock. I don't show it, but Nina 80-pound cardstock, Misty 2.0, Teflon bone folder, Score Buddy, and my small trimmer from Tim Holtz. First, I'm using my Misty to stamp the 2 little doggy images. They are adorable. We'll be making a window card. And this is my go-to ink pad for Copic coloring. And as always, everything will be linked below for easy shopping. This is what I used for the little dog with the paws. And the other one that's standing, I'm using warm grays. You'll see, as I'm coloring, you'll see what I'm using on the screen as well as in the description below. This is super sped up. As you know, I always go light to dark. So I'm using W00, and then I go in with W0, and then W4 for the deep shadows. And then I go back from dark to light to get them out, to blend them. I didn't want them super blended as it's fur, so you will see that it's not a super nice blend, but that's what I wanted. So for this sheepdog looking cutie pie, I'm using the warm grays, and I'm using R20 for the cheeks and the ears, which you'll see in a little bit. And I'm flicking the edges to make it look more fur-like, I guess. I wanted to see the little stroke marks. And just, again, going back and forth until I like the blend. And here's the R20 for the cheeks and the ear. And I go back over it with W00 to make it a little not as pink. So for this, it looks like a burn, I forget, it's some kind of mountain dog, but he's so cute. So I'm using the a bunch of E family, and the face will be 1 shade lighter. So I use the lighter shades for the face, and the ears will be 1 shade darker. So you'll see that as I'm coloring, all the cap markers are over there. Again, light to dark, dark to light. And I use the warm gray for the paw and the center of his face. And again, I'll be using R20 for the cheeks, which will be hard to see because he is brown, but you'll see that. And I use the warm gray for his eyebrows and his nose. But again, just simple coloring. These are super cute images. And I'm making where the ear meets the face, the darkest part, because that's where a lot of the shadows will be. And again, the warm grays for the face. And I'm pushing the brown back into the face. Oh, I used the pink for the nose. Sorry about that. And the W 0 for the nose. I mean for the eyebrows. Oh, sorry. Can't talk. So just going back and forth, back and forth. And I'm going to come in with my, oh, I'm doing the eyes brown. And I'm coming in with my Posca pen. And I'm erasing what I went outside. And then I'm doing little highlights, which I really have a hard time with. So it is what it is. I'm still learning how to do, you can see my hesitation. I'm still learning how to do the highlights. And I'm not super happy with how I did his eyes, but again, it is what it is. And I still think he's so cute. So, you know, again, I have to watch a lot more videos to get confident in how to do the white highlights. So I used my brother Scan and Cut to cut it out as there's no dies. And I'm going through that paper pack from Simon Says Stamp. And now I did a side folding A2 card. And this is the one I chose with the clouds in that paper pack. And I'm using my Waffle Flower A2 die in the 5.5 by 4.25 size, and I'm cutting out the clouds. And I cut out the green, which was in the Lawn Fawn paper pack, for the grass. And I'm using, I never use this, so I am cutting it apart using my snipper, wire cutter, and that's perfect. That's how I like it. And I'm using this circle die. I was going to use the bigger one, which you see on the top right of my screen, but it was too big, so I'm using the smaller one. I have an old Spellbinders nesting circle die set, and I went through both the card base and the sky, and I'm using my mowed lawn to, I was just going to highlight it, but I just kept going, and the whole thing, I did the whole thing, or I blended the green on the whole grassy hillside. And the tumbled glass I'm doing on the sky, and I'm just doing the edges. And now I'm using the Lawn Fawn Liquid Stardust on an acrylic block, and I'm adding a couple drops of water, and I'm just splattering that onto that sky. And I'm going to use this Pearl Colors, the green, adding some water, and I'm going to put that on the grass as I want it to have some sparkle and a green tint. So I did that, put both of those on the side to dry, and I wanted some blue on my sky too. So now I'm using the blue in the same palette, and I'm splattering that on the sky to get some more texture. So the inside, this is going to be the wallpaper of the house, and this one is one size smaller it's the largest one on the additional. So it's an 1/8 inch smaller than the 5.5 by 4.25. And this one I'm using speckled egg to do the edges to get some dimension, and wipe everything clean. And I'm just going to be layering everything together, just the layers for now. I'm using my Lawn Fawn glue tube, and just put that on, and it's a perfect fit because I did die cut through both layers at the same time. And I'm adding the grass, and I'm going to be stamping the sentiments before I add anything else, and I'm using my creative corners to make sure that it is straight, but I do want it a little lower and over to the left, so I use my cover of my Misty 2.0 grid to move it over and keep checking it. And I'm using my VersaFine Clear in Nocturne to stamp the sentiment. And now I am folding it so that I can see where I want to put my inside sentiment. But first I have to put the wall paper in, and I'm doing the same thing for my inside. This one says I woof you, So the outside says Valentine dot dot dot. And this one was too low. So again, I'm using my cover grid to move it over to where I want it. And here it says, I woof you. And this will be all that's on the inside so that you could write your message on it. And I'm going to be marking where I want the glue to go. So I'll put the glue everywhere that he is not going to be, or the inside. And I didn't like how you could see the Copic coloring. So I did, in the finished product, I did cut a piece out of the Nina cardstock and I put it behind him. So this is it. This sweet little sheepdog is telling the Bernese Mountain Dog, Valentine, I woof you. This is so cute. Thank you, Jamie, for allowing me to be a guest designer for you. And it has been so much fun. You are so generous and such a kind-hearted person. And I hope you enjoy this. Everything will be linked below. Jamie's shop will be linked below. And there is a coupon code, so make sure you pay attention to that. And go shop her shop. It has so many wonderful things. Here's another video you might like and a card making playlist. And as always, click on my face to subscribe. Thanks everyone. Aloha.